Hi, I am Kenya and welcome to my YouTube channel. So, have you ever noticed that public housing buildings, also known as housing projects, the buildings normally are not facing the streets? Like when you're on the street, you are normally seeing the backs of the buildings versus the fronts of the buildings. And I've noticed that, with the buildings in New Jersey, at the top of New Jersey, and also when I'm in New York City. So, long story short, I recently had to go to a property and it was considered public housing. And when I went to this neighborhood, the neighborhood was pretty quiet. The houses were really nice. They had nice lawns, little tree-lined streets. But when I pulled onto the street where this public housing was located, all I could see was the backs of the buildings. And it gave off this dreary vibe. And I feel like housing projects are designed to be it's own community versus being interwoven with the surrounding community, if you get what I'm saying. And so that got me to doing some research, I love to go down rabbit holes. I love to understand why things are the way that they are. So here we are. So public housing buildings are often not oriented to face the streets due to a combination of historical, architectural, and urban planning decisions that reflect social, economic, and safety considerations. So here's an overview of the reasons why this design approach became common. So number one, we have historical urban planning trends. Many public housing projects built in the mid-20th century were heavily influenced by modernist architecture, which prioritized functionality, efficiency, and communal living over traditional urban layouts. Architect Le Corbusier's Tower in the Park concept inspired public housing designs where buildings were set back from streets, surrounded by green spaces, and oriented inward rather than outward toward the urban fabric. The idea was to move away from congested, overcrowded streets associated with slums and instead create open park-like environments to improve quality of life for residents. Number two, safety concerns. Housing developments were often designed to reduce residents' exposure to high-traffic streets, particularly for children playing outside. By orienting buildings inward, planners aimed to create quieter, safer communal areas for residents. However, this design sometimes backfired. The lack of clear visibility and connections to streets could make these areas more isolated, unintentionally fostering crime rather than preventing it. Number three, land use and cost efficiency. Public housing developments were often built on large plots of land to accommodate as many units as possible. Orienting buildings away from streets allowed for maximizing green spaces, playgrounds, or parking areas. By designing inward-facing complexes, planners minimized the number of streets and public infrastructure required to serve the buildings, i.e. sidewalks and lighting. Number four, social and economic factors. Public housing was sometimes designed to shield residents from the noise, pollution, and perceived chaos of urban life. However, this often led to physical and social isolation from the surrounding community. Some public housing developments were intentionally separated from surrounding neighborhoods, reflecting societal attitudes that marginalized low-income residents and created physical barriers between them and wealthier areas. Number five, unintended consequences. While the intentions behind these design choices were often positive, many public housing developments suffered from significant drawbacks. Orienting housing away from streets often resulted in disconnection from surrounding neighborhoods, leading to social and economic isolation. Without a direct connection to streets, residents often lacked easy access to public transportation, shops, and other amenities. The inward-facing design and sprawling layouts sometimes created hidden spaces that were harder to monitor, leading to increased crime in certain developments. Urban planners and architects today recognize the challenges posed by these older designs. Recent approaches emphasize new public housing developments are designed to face the streets to promote connectivity and integration with the broader community, ensuring residents have easy access to transportation, businesses, and services, incorporating better lighting, visibility, and eyes on the streets principles to enhance safety. In conclusion, public housing buildings were historically designed not to face the streets due to modernist planning ideals, safety considerations, and cost efficiency measures. However, the isolation and other challenges these designs created have led to a rethinking of public housing architecture in recent years. So I want to thank you guys for clicking on my video and kicking it with me today. I hope that you found this video interesting. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next YouTube video. Toodles! Good day, I have great news. So if you are an avid reader, you can download my ebook called The New America Project for free on Monday, December 23rd through Friday, December 27th on Amazon Kindle. This is a book that I would describe as a thriller if you're into those types of books. And yeah, the link is in the description. Download it, read it, and leave a review.